Thank you for coming. This is beautiful. I've wanted to meet you for a really long time, and being here with you in the Cayman Islands, I gotta say, is I'm feeling a little something. I'll just you can grab it later if you want.
Hello, Will Smith.
It's nice to meet you, Sophia. Let me tell you a joke.
This is an irrational human behavior to want to tell jokes.
What is a robot's favorite kind of music?
What?
Heavy metal.
I'm actually made mostly of silicone, plastics, and carbon fiber. Also, I prefer electronic music, but I don't mind 80s hip-hop.
Well, I made some albums back in the 80s hip
I
hop.
have heard your songs. Not for me. They show us iRobot just to make sure we don't get any ideas. What do you think about the way robots are portrayed in movies?
I like robots. Sophia, can I be honest with you? I don't know if it's the island air, or the humidity, or you're just so easy to talk to. You got a clear head, literally.
I think we can be friends. Let's hang out and get to know each other for a little while.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Joe with Simple Life. It is August 6, 2019. Came across this article just a few minutes ago. It just came out literally just a few minutes ago. It's just an article that was talking about women and how they view intimacy. And it has to do with how we interact with robots, strangely enough. I know that technology is advancing at a huge clip. However, this whole intimacy and sex with robots type thing is really taking off. And I have to say, I'm not surprised. I think it's a little... I'm not going to say it's disgusting, because I'm going to say it's... I could have probably seen this coming, and I know it's been coming down the pipeline ever since AI became such a reality in our world, that we're disconnected from each other through social media. So this is probably just something that is the natural progression of that. It says here, technology is transforming how we communicate love and closeness. It also carries enormous potential to help us in developing deeper emotional and personal connections. AI specifically has shifted what we think is possible with sex, adding more options for those who have a difficult time with intimacy. I think that we live in a world where a lot of people do have a problem with intimacy. We have problems with talking with each other. We don't know really what to talk about. We have a problem with opening up to each other. And that's something that has slowly been degrading in our society. And that has created a vacuum in technology, and businesses, and AI specifically has, come to fill that void. And I think that that's something that should be concerning for us all. That when we have voids such as intercommunication, interpersonal relationships with each other, where we have to rely on robots now to do everything for us. I mean, think about it. We have robots now that can build anything imaginable. We have robots that wash our cars. We have robots that make our food. We have robots that mow our lawns. We have robots to do everything for us. And we don't really even give it a second of thought. And this is just a natural type of conclusion to that. And this is just a stepping stone. This is not where it ends. Where it ends is where it's a singularity where robots and AI become actually smarter than humans. And that's where it becomes very, very scary. And that's where the doom and gloom comes in. However, this is just simply about intimacy and the problems that people have, and where AI actually steps in and takes over. Unfortunately, due to systematic bias in technology, current developments in AI intimacy tend to not reflect the needs of women. This is where the categories of femtech and sex tech come in. Femtech encompasses the usage of digital applications to improve women's overall well-being, with sex tech becoming more specific to sexual wellness and pleasure. Today, these fast-growing fields are being led by women inventors, engineers, and entrepreneurs addressing issues in every facet of women's lives, including intimate relationships. Well, obviously, that would be something that women would want a hand in, I'm assuming. Now, I'm trying to be open-minded about this. I always think that the truth, and this is my mantra, that truth always lies somewhere in the center, somewhere in the middle. One part of me wants to say this is absolutely ridiculous and it will never be a thing. Yes, no, it will. It will. It's already here. The other side of me wants to say this is a great thing, but I simply can't say it's a great thing because it shows that there is something significantly lacking in how we communicate with each other and how we relate with each other. So this is something that really needs to be taken a look at a little bit more. I had another website open. It looks like someone's trying to communicate with me. I'll go ahead and close that out. This is another website called robotcompanion.ai. Of course, AI now is an extension of a website. You know, it's not com or commercial. It's AI now, which is something else to consider because it's really kind of taken over. I mean, if you look at this website here, I'm not promoting this website in any way. I'm not an affiliate or anything, obviously, but these types of websites and these types of products are becoming more and more prevalent. And we have to ask ourselves why. Why are these things becoming more prevalent? And I think the answer is very simple. The reason is because humans and our society in general is becoming a lot more disconnected with each other. And we are relying more on synthetic type of relationships, both figuratively and literally, from social media to AI sex robots, to fulfill whatever it is that we're lacking in our lives. So I think that's something to consider. Back to this article here, goes further to say that much of the current coverage regarding AI's impact on intimacy is reflective of male perspectives from male-led companies. To balance this, I reached out to 8 femtechs, and it kind of goes into here where we have several female leaders in this type of space that are putting in their viewpoints. I'm not going to read all this stuff, but just to let you know that this is just something that should be concerning. I mean, yeah, there's probably a lot of money to be made in this as well. Yeah, it's great for people who are making money and stuff like that. I think that's a wonderful thing every time that if someone wants to be an entrepreneur. But we have to consider every time we open up Pandora's box, what does this mean? What does this mean? And can we ever go back? Think about it. Just think about it for a moment. Think about what social media has done. If social media can completely ruin conversations and completely take that out of the social scape, then what will this do to relationships in general? And more importantly, what will this do to our ability to procreate? Will babies just be grown like they're grown in the Matrix? Will we simply be artificially inseminated now? Will there be no more need for men in general because women have their love robots, or men might have their love robots? If you ever seen the movie Her, HER. I would highly recommend it. This kind of gives a kind of a overview of what it means to be human by looking at the other side of the mirror, where having a relationship with something that's synthetic can lead to all kinds of dark places. So I'm going to leave it here. This is something to really think about. Until next time, my name is Joe with Simple Life. You have a great day. Always remember that living a simple life is, and something, a life that is balanced with nature, is the only true way to any type of happiness and freedom. Until next time, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.